Namaste and welcome to the fourth episode of Raghuvamsham. Today we will be taking up Shlokas from 26 to 35. Before going into the Shlokas, I'll tell the interesting fact today. It is said that Goddess Saraswati had a sabha, had a meeting with all the poets, and the poets asked her, "Who is the true poet mother?" And Saraswati did not say Kalidasa's name. She said Dandi is the great poet. The whole story I will tell. What happened to Kalidasa I will tell at the end of this video. Please do subscribe to the Sanskrit Garden to know more about interesting things in the Sanskrit literature. In the Sanskrit Garden you will also find many more stotras, shlokas, subhashitas, Sanskrit stories and much more. Please do subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the notifications.
दुदोहगांस यज्ञार्थं सस्याय मघवादिवं सम्पद्विनिमयेनोभौ दधतुर्भुवनद्वयम्. He milked the earth for yajnas and Indra milked the heaven for rains. By reciprocally exchanging their wealth, the two of them nourished both the realms.
King Dileep extracted taxes from his citizens. The word dudoha means milked, but it means to say he extracted taxes from his citizens and used that money to perform yagnas. Because of these yagnas, Lord Indra was happy and he milked the heaven and extracted rain out of it. And because of this rain, there was abundance of crops on earth. Like this, both King Dileep and Lord Indra nourished both the realms, the heaven and the earth. The humans are satisfied with good crops due to good rains, and gods are satisfied because of the yagnas. Yagna is not just a religious act. There is more to yagnas. Yagna is a huge laboratory. Now we all know about acid rains, the quality of the rains. This is because we are releasing unwanted and toxic smoke into the atmosphere. But our rishis did the opposite. They released good quality materials through the smoke of the yagnas and in turn received very good quality rains which brought healthy crops to us.
नकिलानुययुस्तस्य राजानो रक्षितुर्यशः व्यावृत्ता यत्परस्वेभ्यः श्रुतौ तस्करता स्थिता. No king could replicate King Dileep's glory as a great protector. The word thievery took an about-turn from other people's riches and was just in the rule books for namesake.
King Dileep's ruling was excellent. It was so good that the word thievery it existed only in the law books and it was not functional. It was just there in the law books for namesake, but it was not functional in his kingdom. Since his ruling was so good, other kings were not able to imitate this kind of ruling. The word for thievery in this shloka is taskarata. And why was there no taskarata in Dileep's kingdom? It could be because his kingdom was so prosperous, there was no need for anyone to do any theft. Also, it could be because King Dileep always punished those who deserved punishment. So people knew that they would be punished for such acts and nobody dared to do any such act.
द्वेष्योऽपि सम्मतः शिष्टस्तस्यार्थस्य यथौषधं त्याज्यो दुष्टः प्रियोऽप्यासीत् अंगुलीवो रगक्षता. Dileep accepted the virtuous even if he did not like them, like how medicine is accepted by the sick even if they do not like it. He rejected the corrupt even if they were dear to him, like how the finger bit by a snake has to be cut off.
This shloka describes an extremely important quality for any ruler, and Dileep possessed this quality. The shloka says, Dveshyaha shishtaha api sammataha. That is, though Dileep did not like someone maybe personally, still if that person is virtuous, he was acceptable for Dileep. For this, the poet gives a comparison. He says, Artasya yatha aushadham. Like for a sick person, though the person does not like the taste of the medicine, though he does not like medicine, but still he takes it for his own good health. And priyaha dushtaha api tyajyaha. Though somebody was close to Dileep, but he was a dushta, then Dileep would not accept that person. For this also, the poet gives a comparison. He says, Angulihi uragakshata. Uragakshata angulihi iva. Uragakshata means the finger that is bit by snake. For everybody likes their own fingers. But when a finger is bit by a snake, in order to stop the spread of the poison, the finger has to be cut. This is a beautiful similes. Two similes in one shloka Kalidasa is giving, and both of them are very nice.
Tam vedha vidadhe nunam mahabhuta samadhina tatha hi sarve tasyasan pararthaika phalaguna. The creator Brahma definitely created Dileepa by the union of 5 great elements, because all his entities had but one good purpose, the welfare of others.
The poet's intent in this shloka is to say that Lord Brahma created Dileepa created Dileepa by the union of the 5 major elements, which are Prithvi, earth, up, water, Tejaha, fire, Vayuhu, air, Akashaha, space. Because he feels like this, because all the gunas of Dileepa were directed towards doing good to others. Here, guna refers to the functionalities of the 5 sense organs, which is hearing, sight, smell, taste and touch. All these 5 functionalities were always directed towards doing good to others.
Savelava pravalayam parakikrita sagaram ananyashasana murvim shashasaika purimiva. Dileep ruled the entire earth like one city. His kingdom's moat was the ocean. The coast acted like a fence for his kingdom.
In this verse, it is said, Urvim Ekapurim iva shashasa. Urvi is earth. Urvim Ekapurim, like one city. Ekapurim iva shashasa, he ruled. So Dileep ruled the whole earth like one city. What this means? It means, though Dileep ruled the whole earth, he ruled it as efficiently as ruling just one city. And those days, kingdoms used to have forts and fences, and between the fort and the fence there used to be a moat where they would leave lot of crocodiles in order to prevent the enemies from entering the kingdom. But this kind of arrangement is suitable for small kingdoms. But Dileep ruled the whole earth. How can he have such a big fort and fence and moat? For him, The ocean itself was like a moat, and the ocean's coast acted as a fence.
तस्य दाक्षिण्यरूढेन नाम्ना मगधवंशजा पत्नी सुदक्षिणेत्यासीत् अध्वरस्येव दक्षिणा. A princess named Sudakshina, born in the Magadha lineage and who was known for her pleasing behaviour, was his wife, just like donation is the wife of Yagna Purusha.
Sudakshina was the wife of King Dileep. She was from the Magadha Kingdom and she was known for her pleasing qualities. Magadha is the present southern Bihar. That is, it is a part of Bihar which is which is in the south of Ganges. And this Magadha was considered as a seat of many great dynasties of ancient Indian kings. And it is also considered as the place of origin of Buddhism. The capital of Magadha was Girivraja or Rajagriha, which is the present city of Rajgir in Bihar. Sudakshina and Dileep, they completed each other. So Dileep was completed only because of his wife Sudakshina. For this, Kalidasa gives a comparison. He says like how a yagna is complete only after the dakshina or the donation is given to the priest who performed the yagna. Similarly, King Dileep was complete only because of his wife Sudakshina. You can see the any of the yagnas mentioned in Mahabharata, Ramayana or any Purana, it is always associated with the huge donations that are being made. Even in the present day homas and other fire rituals which are done on various occasions, dakshina to the priest is a must. This dakshina is personified in the form of a goddess, and she is considered to be the wife of Yagna Purusha, and she ought to be adored in order to get the fruit of the fire ritual that is being performed.
तस्याम् आत्मानुरूपायाम् आत्मजन्मसमुत्सुकः विलम्बितफलैः कालं सनिनाय मनोरथैः. Being enthusiastic to have a son like himself from his wife who was a good match for him, Dileepa's time was going off due to delay in the fruition of his mind's desire.
The verse says, Tasyam atmanurupayam atma janma samutsukaha. That is, King Dileep wanted to have a son like him from Sudakshina, who was a good match for him. The Vedas say, Atma vai jayate putraha. That is, oneself is born again in the form of one's son. But King Dileep's desire was getting delayed. The fruition of his desire was getting delayed.
Santanarthaya vidhaye swabhujadavatārita tena dhurjagato gurvi sachiveshu nichikshipe. For the sake of obtaining a progeny, for the sake of performing sacred duties, he laid down the heavy burden of his kingdom and gave it to his ministers.
Santanarthaya vidhaye. That is, for the purpose of getting a good progeny, King Dileep had to perform many spiritual practices. For that he needed lot of time. But being a king, he had the huge responsibility of such a huge kingdom on his shoulders. So, what did he do? Dhur jagataha gurvi swabhujad avatarita sachiveshu nichikshipe. So dhu jagatah guru, the heavy burden of that kingdom, swabhujat avatarita, he took it off from his shoulders. Swa sachiveshu nichikshipe, and he gave it to his ministers. For a king, having a good progeny is very important, and it's part of his kingly duties, because at a later stage he has to hand over the kingdom to a suitable, eligible person. So having a good progeny is extremely important for a king. So though King Dileep took a break from his kingly duties, he is actually using his time for the welfare of the kingdom itself.
अथाभ्यर्च्य विधातारं प्रयतौ पुत्रकाम्यया तौ दम्पती वसिष्ठस्य गुरोर्जग्मतुराश्रमम्. After purifying themselves and praying to the Creator, the couple with the desire to attain a progeny started towards the ashram of Guru Vasishtha.
In this verse, the word Vidhata means Lord Brahma, the Creator. Since Dileep and Sudakshina were desiring to have a progeny, they prayed to Lord Brahma before starting towards Maharshi Vasishtha's ashram. Vidhatra means one who ordains. Vidadhati iti vidhatra. Since it is upon the will, upon his will, Brahma's will, that the birth of a child happens, so therefore King Dileep and Queen Sudakshina worshipped the Vidhata and then started towards Maharshi Vasishtha's ashram. Now that we have come to the end of this video, as promised before, I will tell the story of what happened in Saraswati's Sabha. So the story goes like this. Saraswati had conducted a meeting, Sabha, with all poets. And the poets asked Goddess Saraswati, "O Mother, who is the true poet among all of us?" And Saraswati said, "Dandireva kavihi, Dandireva kavihi, Dandireva kavihi." That is, Dandi is the only poet. Dandi is also a great poet who is known for his Mahakavyam, Dashakumara Charitam. And in that Sabha, Kalidasa was also present. So Kalidasa asked Goddess Saraswati, "Koham Mataha?" Then who am I, Mother? Saraswati said, "Tvamevaham, Tvamevaham, Tvamevaham, na samshayaha." That is, you are me, I am you, I am you, I am you, and there is no doubt about it. So many people consider Kalidasa as an incarnation of Goddess Saraswati herself, because his works are of excellent quality, which sometimes even while reading it feels how can a normal human being write so beautifully. So definitely it is possible that Kalidasa is an incarnation of Goddess Saraswati herself. To know many more things, many more interesting things from the Sanskrit literature, please do subscribe to the Sanskrit Garden. Kripaya like, share, subscribe api kurvantu. Aham atra viramami. अद्य कृते एतावदेव. अग्रिम वीडियो मध्ये पुनर्मिलामि. नमस्ते.